Kira, when we do these, first of all, we like
Forks, 107.9 and 103.3 KNOX FM. Translated on K239BG in Grand Forks and K277DN in Grand Forks.
We welcome you to our coverage of North Dakota girls high school hockey tonight inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex, formerly known as Eagles Arena. The Grand Forks Knightriders opening their season, taking on the Devils Lake Firebirds. Winter weather has arrived, and with it, so has hockey season. The Knightriders open their season at home. We will have video and radio coverage available for you for this matchup between the Knightriders and the Firebirds. On air on the flagship KNOX 1310 AM, 107.9 FM, 103.3 FM. And then you can watch our video coverage as well by visiting our website, knoxradio.com, under the Live Sports tab. Or you could simplify your search, go to YouTube, utilize the search bar, and look up KNOX TV to find tonight's stream for the Knightriders and the Firebirds, and the rest of our coverage throughout what will be a very busy winter sports season, hockey and basketball, the busiest time of the year for the KNOX Sports Department. My name is Sam Jensen. I'll be doing play-by-play tonight. Back at the studio, we have Dean Braceth, and then behind the camera, we have Cooper Friggy getting ready for the season opener of Knightrider hockey. The Knightriders last year had a really impressive season. They had a record of 21-5, defeating the Firebirds twice during that year, winning 5-0 and 6-0. Devils Lake, not that much of an impressive record for them. They did not register a single victory in the 2024-25 campaign, going overall record of 0-22. We're going to make our way through this pregame show. No JV game matchup tonight between the Knightriders and the Firebirds, so we should be right on schedule for a 7 o'clock puck drop inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. This pregame show is brought to you by Signature Graphics. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life, and True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you. We're going to take our first break of this pregame report. When we come back, we'll hear Ryan Cunningham talk to Kiara Botnan, getting ready for her season with the Knightriders. This is North Dakota High School Hockey on KNOX.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop proudly supports our local high school athletes on the field, the court, and beyond. Just like sports, adventure starts with the right gear. The Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins.
We welcome you back to the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network, getting ready for the season opener for the Knightriders as they play host to the Firebirds of Devil's Lake inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex, formerly known as Eagles Arena. No JV game tonight, so we should be right on schedule for a 7 o'clock first puck drop here in Grand Forks. Winter weather has arrived, but so has hockey season. We're making our way through this pregame report. It's brought to you by Signature Graphics. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life, as well as True North Equipment. True to our values, driven by you, your local John Deere dealer. Right now, earlier today, Ryan Cunningham, the sports director for KNOX Sports, had an opportunity to talk to Kiera Botnan. Kiera Botnan for the Grand Forks Knightriders is a senior defender, and here is that conversation brought to you by Acme Tools, your Kubota sales and service full-line dealer. Here's Kiera Botnan.
Kiera, when we do these, first of all, we like to talk a bit about what it is that led somebody to the sport that they're in and have them share kind of a memory that they have from playing as a young player back when you were a youth, a real youth back in the day. So tell us a bit about how you got introduced to the sport of hockey and maybe share a memory from us, or with us, I should say, about when you did this as a young player.
All right, so my dad and brother both played hockey when I was younger, so I don't know, they kind of introduced me to the sport, and it turned out to be something I wanted to play. And then probably some of my favorite memories are just being with the team and hanging out at all of our tournaments in the hotels and getting to know everyone, because I'm still playing with a lot of the girls that I played with when I was younger.
Boy, it's a lot of fun, I have to guess, to go out onto the ice as a varsity competitor with players that you've played the game with since you were 5, 6. Am I right, Kiera? Somewhere around that time?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's a lot of fun to build up that many memories already. Let's talk about you, the student. We like to find out about the student part of student athlete when we have these conversations. And so when you're in school and you're busy doing the student thing, tell us what you like to take on, what you like to study, favorite subjects, and maybe a path that you've considered for yourself going forward.
My favorite subject is actually math. So I take math class. I take AP Calc right now, and I really like it, even though it's kind of hard, but it's fun.
I suppose anything with calculus behind it is probably going to be a challenging class at that point. So, hey, respect to you for taking that on. How about some of the hobbies that you have? I mean, when you're a student athlete, obviously your time is taken up, and we know that hockey players spend a lot of time away from the ice in the game. But when you are taking things on that are just for fun, hobbies that you have, tell us how you like to spend whatever free time you might have.
I really like being outside. I walk my dog a lot, and I like hanging out with friends and going to the lake. During the summer, we try to get in as many lake weekends as we can with our big friend group, so it's really fun.
And then finally, Kiera, you get set to go on the ice tonight for the start of a season with, as you mentioned, some players that you've been with for a long time in youth hockey. Tell me what it means to you to be able to wear a Knightriders uniform, what being a Knightrider means, and the excitement that you have going into another season.
I mean, it means a lot to me. It's taken a lot of hard work to get here, and I'm really excited for the season because everyone's really excited to play. Everyone's working hard, and I think everyone's just ready to play a game.
Once again, that's Kiara Botnan talking to Ryan Cunningham earlier today. That's part of our Acme Tools Player Spotlight feature of this pregame show. Acme Tools, your Kubota sales and service full-line dealer. Tonight's game is on air as well as video coverage that we have available for you on our flagship KNOX 1310 AM, 107.9, 103.3 FM. And then video coverage can be found on our YouTube page as well as our website, knoxradio.com. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll continue to break down the matchup that will unfold in front of us between the Knightriders and the Firebirds. North Dakota High School Hockey on KNOX.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Will Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our #1.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job.
If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
To our coverage of North Dakota girls high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. No JV game tonight between the Knightriders and the Firebirds of Devil's Lake. They trekked across Highway 2. Winter weather is here, so is high school hockey, and we're proud to be bringing you this coverage. So we are right on schedule for a 7 o'clock first puck drop tonight between the Knightriders and the Firebirds. This pregame report brought to you by Signature Graphics. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life, as well as True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you, your local John Deere dealer. Right now we're going to take a look at some of the elements that we'll be making our way through during this pregame report. My name is Sam Jensen. I will be doing play-by-play commentary this evening. Back at the studio, Leighton Media World Headquarters of Grand Forks, that would be Dean Braceth running our board for our radio coverage on 1310 AM, 107.9, 103.3 FM. And then running the camera, the eyes of our sports department, for those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports, that will be Cooper Frigge, one of the assistant coaches for the Crookston Girls Pirates. So he certainly knows girls hockey, and he'll step in admirably during our intermission reports to be providing some analysis of what we're going to see take place between the Knightriders and the Firebirds. Right now we'll take a look at our drive for the title. This is our state standings from a season ago. As we have mentioned previously during this broadcast, this is the season opener for the Knightriders, a team that had high hopes going into the state tournament, had their hearts broken in overtime. Kelly Kilgore and his Knightrider team absolutely had their hearts torn out of their chest at the Ralph Engelstedt Arena. They were able to advance, and I believe they maybe won the third place game, did the Knightriders, but ultimately they still want to get that first state championship, do the Knightriders, and they have a really loaded team this year, return a lot of talent from a season ago. And as you'll see on your screen, for those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports, a year ago, Grand Forks, their overall record was 21-5 on the season. That gave them 46 points in the state standings. Devils Lake way at the bottom. They did not register a single victory in the 2024-25 campaign. They had an 0-22 record, led by their head coach, Rob McIver. He has what I would imagine to be kin on the blue line for the Firebirds. That's Julia McIver. She was the leading scorer last season for the Firebirds. 5 goals and 4 assists, 9 total points throughout 22 games, and McIver was the leading scorer for the Firebirds. These two teams played each other twice a season ago, both, of course, going in favor of the Knightriders, winning by a score of 5-0 in December. That is 11 months ago. And then in February, towards the end of the 24-25 season, the Knightriders beat Devils Lake by a score of 6-0. So a cumulative score of 11-0 between both of these teams last season. Grand Forks trying to pick up exactly where they left off from a year ago, especially with their success against the Firebirds. The defending state champions for the North Dakota High School girls hockey, I believe that was Legacy of Bismarck. So you'll see they came in at the number 5 spot in the standings. The top 8 teams advanced to the girls high school hockey tournament in the state of North Dakota. The team that ultimately won the state tournament was Bismarck Legacy, a co-op that was recently created between Legacy and Bismarck High School. They only had 37 points compared to Grand Forks' 46. They ultimately went on to win the state tournament. Also in action today to start off girls high school hockey in North Dakota. Not sure if all these games are taking place that with the weather that we have going on across the state, but the games that were scheduled to take place, Cross River rivalry between Bismarck Century and Mandam. Fargo North-South, the team that last year won the regular season standings race with a record of 18-1-1-2. They're taking on West Fargo United. The Blue Jays from Jamestown are traveling to Fargo to take on Davies. Minot United will be taking on Williston. The defending state champions Bismarck Legacy co-opt with Bismarck High. They're taking on Dickinson. And then the game that we know for sure is going to be taking place will be Grand Forks, the Knightriders, who you see on your screen finished the regular season in second place across the state of North Dakota high school hockey, taking on Devils Lake, a team that did not register a win from a season ago. That's a look at our drive for the title. We're going to continue to make our way through this pregame report brought to you by Signature Graphics and True North Equipment. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll continue to break down the action as we're getting ready for a 7 o'clock puck drop between the Knightriders and the Firebirds on KNOX.
If you're looking for a new job, then
it takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto at Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Welcome back to our coverage of North Dakota girls high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Tonight we're bringing you radio coverage as well as video coverage. Radio coverage can be found on our flagship station. That's KNOX 1310 AM, 107.9, 103.3 FM. And then our video coverage can be found in a variety of different ways. You can visit our website, knoxradio.com, under the Live Sports tab. Or you could go to YouTube in whichever platform and device that you watch YouTube on. Utilize the search bar, look up KNOX TV, and while you're there, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Get email updates every time that we schedule a broadcast, and there will be a plenty coming up as we're just kicking off the winter sports season here in Grand Forks, the busiest time of year for the KNOX sports department. And we're getting ready to start the season for the Knightriders, a team that made the state tournament, as we talked about previously during this pregame report, was number 3 in the state last year after the regular season standings. After the regular season had wrapped up going into the state tournament, had their hearts ripped out in the quarterfinal round in overtime inside the Ralph Engelstedt Arena. But Kelly Kilgore and his team return a lot of talent. They definitely have some senior leadership, some junior leadership, and then also some sophomores and even freshmen who are going to be taking an additional step, players who got a lot of valuable playing time a year ago for Kilgore and his Knightrider squad. This pregame show is brought to you by Signature Graphics. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. And True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you. We're going to go through a couple of segments here before we go to one final break and come back with the starting lineups for both of these teams. Still on schedule for a 7 o'clock first puck drop inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. It will take some time getting used to referring to this arena as the Blue Line Club Iceplex, formerly known as Eagles Arena. 7 o'clock puck drop between the Knightriders and the Firebirds on KNOX and KNOX Live Sports. Right now, let's take a look at our tools to the game. This is brought to you by State Farm Logan Karski Agency, protecting what matters most to you, whether that be car insurance, home insurance, life insurance. Bundle it all together with Logan at State Farm here in Grand Forks. Let's take a look at the players that we're going to keep an eye out for, starting with the visitors, the Devils Lake Firebirds, and we mentioned their leading scorer is on the blue line. That's Julia McIver, one of 2 seniors for the Firebirds, an incredibly young team, only 2 seniors, and I'm not seeing only 1 junior on the program listed, and littered with 7th graders, 8th graders, and 9th graders are Devils Lake. So Julia McIver is definitely that senior leader on the blue line, and she comes back as the leading scorer from a season ago. Alongside helping out with the scoring with McIver will be forward, and that's going to be Miley Ducombe. Ducombe was the second leading scorer for the Firebirds 1 season ago, only registering 1 goal and 4 assists. That was good enough to make her the second leading scorer, tied with Charlie Black. Charlie Black had 4 goals and 1 assist, 5 overall points on the season. And then a player that we do not have listed on your screen for those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports, an impressive goaltender for the Firebirds. That's going to be sophomore Delaney Parker. Delaney Parker getting absolutely peppered with shots a season ago. Like we've mentioned, Devils Lake did not win a game in the 2024-25 season. Delaney Parker giving up 4.4 goals against average, but the most impressive stat that we have on our prep sheet here is Parker having over a 900 save percentage, undoubtedly facing probably well over 1,000 shots on the season. Delaney Parker, 907 save percentage as a freshman on, the numbers don't lie, what was the worst team in the state last year, Devils Lake, not registering a single win in the 24-25 season, but they're going to have some support from their goalie, Delaney Parker. She's certainly going to be another player that we're going to keep an eye out for as part of our State Farm Logan Karski Agency Tools of the Game. Those are the tools for Devils Lake. Now turning our attention to Grand Forks. Grand Forks, the players that we're going to be keeping an eye out for are Elena Marto. Elena Marto played an extended period of time last season for the Knightriders as an 8th grader. She returns as a freshman. She led the team one season ago with 10 goals as an 8th grader. So Elena Marto looking to take that next step in her development as a freshman. Other players that we have listed are Dusty Balick as a defender. She had 8 goals and 11 assists. She is the highest returning scorer for the Knightriders, and she does that from the blue line. Another threat from the blue line is Elizabeth Kilgore. Elizabeth Kilgore certainly is very smooth with the puck, composed in her own end, and does a good job of moving it through all 3 zones. Certainly a player that Kelly Kilgore feels comfortable having the puck on the tape of Elizabeth Kilgore. Once again, this is our Tools of the Game, brought to you by State Farm, Logan Karski Agency here in Grand Forks, building game plans to protect what matters most to you. Car insurance, home insurance, life insurance. Bundle it all together with Logan at State Farm here in Grand Forks. And we're going to keep this moving along as we're just moments away from puck drop. We'll take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Jarrell Sports. See what's new for the season. Stop in today. Hockey season is officially here. This is the season opener for the Knightriders, so get your skates sharpened, pick up your sock tape and your stick tape, whatever it is you need for the season at Jarrell Sports. The keys to the game, starting off with the visitors, the Devils Lake Firebirds. They need to have a very sound defensive strategy, and it's not just something you're going to rely on from your girls on the blue line, but it has to be a total team effort, keeping those opportunities to the outside. We mentioned the quality netminder that Devils Lake has in Delaney Parker, but you're going to have to help her out. Can't leave her on an island. A complete team effort on the defensive end for the Firebirds is what they're going to need to put forward for a complete 3 periods to have a chance at the upset tonight against Grand Forks. And then you got to stretch to gamble. Those passes originating from the defensive zone, they might be coming from Julia McIver, so they might want to leak out some of those wings, the center, any of those forwards, leak them out into the neutral zone. And McIver, she's going to have her head up, and you're going to have your stick on the ice. She's not afraid to stretch it. And Devils Lake is going to maybe have to spring a couple of those odd man rush opportunities coming back the other way, perhaps a breakaway. Devils Lake needs to get aggressive offensively with those stretch passes and then play sound as a team defensively. The keys to the game brought to you by Jarrell Sports for Grand Forks now. Press offense right away. Don't give Devils Lake any indication that they're going to be able to stick with the Knightriders tonight. So they're going to want to pepper shots immediately and really get into a rhythm on that forecheck. And as they're cycling the puck in the offensive zone, look for the Knightriders to try to get into a rhythm early. And then speed. Grand Forks with the advantage, winning by a cumulative score of 11-0 against Devils Lake last season. They know they have that speed advantage. How are they going to be able to take advantage of that difference in speed between both of these teams to try put some goals into the back of the net against a quality netminder, Delaney Parker? Those are our tools to the game, brought to you by State Farm Logan Karski Agency, and our keys to the game brought to you by Jarrell Sports. We're going to take one final break of this pregame report. When we come back, we'll give you starting lineups and puck drop inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. This is Knightrider Hockey on KNOX.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades, or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Landscaping fencing experts in Grand Forks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our coverage of Knightrider hockey on KNOX. On air tonight, 1310 a.m., 107.9, 103.3 FM. And then our video coverage that can be found on our website at knoxradio.com under the Live Sports tab. That will wrap up our pregame report. This pregame report has been brought to you by Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life. And True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you. Right now we're going to go through the starting lineups for both of these teams. The starting lineups are brought to you by Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks. Grand Forks' #1 fence company. Starting off with the visitors, the Devils Lake Firebirds. We're just going to go with the starters here, starting off with the forward line. Forward line #1 for Devils Lake, starting at the left wing. That's going to be #5, the sophomore Olivia Erickstead. And then centering line #1 is going to be #9, sophomore Charlie Black. And then the right wing, rounding out forward line #1 for the Firebirds, is going to be #10. That's freshman Miley Ducombe. Starting off on the blue line for Devils Lake is going to be senior defender Julia McIver. Her defensive partner is Gracie Witzel, the senior. Those are both of the seniors for Devils Lake, and they're starting on the blue line for the Firebirds, the only seniors on the roster that we have in front of us here tonight. And then the starting netminder for Devils Lake is going to be Delaney Parker. Delaney Parker had a .907 save percentage a year ago for the Firebirds. Certainly baptism by fire as a freshman. Let's see if she takes that next step in her development and maybe can steal some wins this season for Devils Lake. Now our Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks' starting lineup for the Knightriders of Grand Forks. Forward line #1. We're going to start at the left wing, and that's going to be Ava Walsh. That's the right winger. Chesney Sigdahl, the left winger, and then centering line #1 is going to be #4. That's Chloe Groven. On the blue line for the Knightriders is going to be Dusty Balick, senior defender. Alongside her is going to be her classmate, fellow senior Kiera Botnan. We heard from Botnan earlier on during the pregame report as she talked to Ryan Cunningham as part of our Acme Tools Player Spotlight feature. Starting in net for Grand Forks is going to be Kylie Schmaltz. Schmaltz last season was 9-2 with a 1.44 goals against average and a 9.12 save percentage. Once again, both of those teams' starting lineups are brought to you by Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks, Grand Forks' #1 fence company. Just moments away from puck drop here inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. My name is Sam Jensen. I'll be doing play-by-play back at the studio. We have Dean Braceth, and then doing coverage for our video. Doing video for our video coverage is Cooper Frigge. And the puck is down. Devils Lake wins it at center ice. Back to collect it is McIver. Her clearing attempt is held in by Groven. And it goes back to McIver at her own goal line. And she'll skate this one out all by herself, crossing center ice, entering the attacking end on the left side. And she does so offside. So that will stop our clock on our All True Health System scoreboard with 16:43 remaining here in period #1. A whistle just 17 seconds into things leads to a neutral zone face-off. Once again, won by Devils Lake. They're 2-0 to start the game very early on. It's dumped in by McIver. Back to collected as Balick comes to the near side where vision is impaired a little bit, at least for me. Those of you watching our video coverage, we have our camera oriented in a fashion where we shouldn't miss any second of the action. Devils Lake pushing for an opportunity on the backhand there from Ducombe. It gets deflected, goes high up into the air, and goes into the near corner. A shot from the blue line coming from Witzel hits traffic and deflects to the far corner. Devils Lake providing some offensive pressure early on here in period number 1. Finally, Sigdahl gets a pass as she streaks through center ice. She enters the attacking end, throws on the brakes, passes it to the near side. Marto's shot from the top of the near circle. That one saved by Parker. Rebound goes over to the far wall. The Knightriders push it back to the point. Kilgore will ring it around all the way to the near hash marks. Comes back to the near blue line. O'Connell rifles a shot immediately, goes on frame. Parker's save comes to the near corner once again. Here come the Knightriders starting to apply some pressure on the forecheck for themselves. Chasing it to the near corner is Marto. Marto at the near hash marks, gives it back to O'Connell. Her shot from the top of the near circle misses wide, rings all the way to the far point. Kilgore holds the zone for Grand Forks. Kilgore tries to backhand this one deep. It's collected by Witzel of Devils Lake, and she is able to clear the zone out to center ice. Grand Forks will have to regroup as they go for a line change. O'Connor through center ice. She's going to pass this one forward, getting connected with Kuhl. She'll tip it into the attacking end for the Knightriders. Their forecheck is not able to hold the zone. Devils Lake just barely able to get it out past their own blue line. Skating with it through center ice is Witzel now. Devils Lake trying to push it towards the net. Loose puck is eventually collected by Kuznia. And a nice breakout one-time pass for Marto streaking through the neutral zone. She gets taken down in front of the referee on the far side. That was actually Erickson. Now Meager entering the attacking zone. Pushes it towards the net. Back to Erickson. Odd angle shot saved by Parker. Gets her own rebound below the goal line is Erickson. Her centering feed comes all the way to the top of the near circle. And here's Meager weaving her way through the defense, putting a shot on net on the backhand. Once again, Parker makes the save. The rebound gets rung around to the far hash marks. Devils Lake not able to clear the zone. Kuznia's shot from the high slot. Once again, pad save by Parker. And she's getting peppered early on. Shots on net 4-0 in favor of Grand Forks over Devils Lake with 13:50 remaining in period number 1. Sigdahl streaking all the way to the attacking end. Her shot on the backhand goes right on top of the crease, comes over to the near corner. Sigdahl collects the loose puck, has it in the high slot, brings it back to Balick. Her shot gets deflected, goes to the far corner. Sigdahl has it. She has this one taken away. And Devils Lake gets a loose puck, and they are able to clear just outside of the blue line, unable to hold the zone. As the puck was in her skates was Grand Forks' number 18, Dusty Balick. Long stretch there in between whistles, and we're going to have to get caught up for those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports. I accidentally pressed clock reset instead of clock stop, so we'll get caught up to what's reflected inside the Blue Line Iceplex. Blue Line Club Iceplex, 13:15 remaining in period number 1. Still scoreless between Grand Forks and Devils Lake. North Dakota Girls High School Hockey opener. Here comes Grand Forks charging towards the net for the Knightriders. That's going to be number 4, Chloe Groven. Her shot goes on frame, but it's held on to by Delaney Parker. She'll hold on to it for another stoppage. It will be an offensive zone draw for the Knightriders with 13:05 remaining in period number 1, still scoreless. Will be taken to the left of Parker. Yana takes the draw for the Knightriders. Wins it forward. Grand Forks trying to get it back high. O'Connell unable to hold the zone. It's a turnover at the blue line of Devils Lake. So Devils Lake, the Firebirds, were never actually able to get it out of their own defensive zone. And the Knightriders continue to apply a pressure in the attacking end. Marto gives chase to the far corner. She's joined by Yana. They're pressed up against the end wall in that far corner. It does not appear like the puck is moving. Finally, it springs loose to McIver. McIver gives chase. She passes it to Ducombe on the near wall. Nice one-touch pass to Erickstead, and she will cross center ice and dump it deep into the attacking end for the Firebirds as they go for a line change. Yana facing some pressure in her own end, and the Knightriders were able to get it out towards center ice. Giving chase will be Kilgore right in front of the Grand Forks bench. Teams continue to battle after it. Picking up the loose puck for Devils Lake is Witzel. She enters the attacking zone on her backhand. Her centering feed trying to get it connected with Homan is broken up by the Grand Forks defense. Loose puck picked up by Marto. She enters the attacking zone on the right side. Has some support coming with her. Her shot towards the net misses wide. It was actually a save by Parker, but good rebound control as she pushes that one behind her as it goes off the glass. Good job stepping up there for Grand Forks as Kuznia maintaining offensive zone possession for the Knightriders. With it below the goal line is Cool. Looking back high, she elects to cycle it back down low. Getting connected with Meager, comes back to the point on the far side. Kuznia's shot hits traffic. Devils Lake goes onto the stick of Walsh, and she's able to clear out towards center ice. Here come the Knightriders back immediately as Cool will give chase for Grand Forks. This is Jocelyn Cool. Her centering feed trying to get connected with Nora Lohr is in her skates. Loose puck collected at the goal line of Devils Lake, and they skated out all the way to the Grand Forks blue line. And that's where they will turn it over, and the Knightriders pass through the neutral zone, does not reach its intended target. It will go all the way down and will be whistled for an icing, so we will have another stoppage with 10:52 remaining in period number 1 inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. Still 0-0 between the Knightriders and the Firebirds in this North Dakota Girls High School Hockey season opener. Shots on net are 6-0 in favor of Grand Forks. Defensive zone draw is won by the Knightriders. Balick passes it to the far hash marks. Nice breakout play. Right as I say that, a turnover takes place at the Grand Forks blue line, but they immediately regain possession. Groven's pass to the near side is picked up by Devils Lake at their own blue line, where a turnover takes place. Sigdahl enters the zone, has it at the near dot, makes her way towards the net, shot on the backhand, and she scores. Highlight reel goal for Grand Forks' number 11. That is going to be Chesney Sigdahl. Let's show you that replay, brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Sigdahl takes it away at the Devils Lake blue line, makes her way towards the net, puts on a showcase of stick handling ability paired with her speed, and she makes a move right on top of the crease. And the Knightriders get the first goal of the game. They're up 1-0 thanks to Chesney Sigdahl. We'll write this down in our scoring summary. That came with 10:20 remaining in period number 1. The goal was scored by Sigdahl, and we'll await the announcement from the public address announcer to hear if that was assisted or not. I didn't hear any assist on that one. It sounded like it was unassisted, so we'll go into the book with 10:20 remaining in period number 1. The Knightriders get a lead, and they continue to apply pressure. A shot from the net, this time originating from Kira Botnin, hits traffic. Devils Lake able to clear it out towards center ice. And immediately re-entering the zone are the Knightriders. Comes to the near point, making a move towards the net is Balick. She has it on her forehand and runs into traffic. She has to regroup, comes back to the point. Yana with it. She'll slide it over to Botnin. Botnin from the top of the far circle. Her shot hits the shoulder of Delaney Parker. Rebound comes to the near corner. Devils Lake will ring it around all the way to the far point where it's held in by Botnin. Botnin sends it back down low, where the Knightrider forecheck will go back to work. They now have a 1-0 lead over the Firebirds with just over 9 minutes remaining here in period number 1. Once again, Botnin holds the zone, passes it back down low to Marto. Not able to collect that cleanly. She'll go to work in the far corner. Coming away with possession are the Knightriders, putting a shot towards the net there for Grand Forks was Ella Bree. Looking for a tip potentially. Loose puck goes to the far corner. Marto picks it up. Botnin at the top of the far circles, sends it deep. It's picked up by McIver. She makes a move on a Knightrider forechecker and is able to skate out to the red line. She crosses center ice, puts on another move, trying to make her way towards the net. Julia McIver trying to do it all by herself for the Firebirds. A loose puck is not able to get cleared by Grand Forks. The Devils Lake forecheck will go to work. Centering feed is broken up. It's intercepted by Balick, and she'll pass it over to Bry on the far side. Return pass to Balick leads to a turnover at the Devil's Lake blue line. They skate through center ice, and they turn it over themselves, this time at the Knightrider blue line. Kilgore trying to whack at it to create an opportunity for herself. It will be chased to the near corner, where Gracie Witzel will try to clear it. Goes all the way to the far corner. Grand Forks hammers it back deep. Chloe Erickson in Gretzky's office below the goal line looking for a centering feed. It comes back to the point, picked up by O'Connell. Hazel O'Connell, a new name for the Knightriders. Don't remember calling her name a whole lot last season. It's 1-0 Grand Forks, 7:30 remaining in period number 1. Still not a single shot registered on net from the Firebirds, as the ice really starting to feel tilted here in the last couple of minutes. The puck is lost as it goes up into the stands. Thought maybe it went up into the breezers of one of the Firebirds, but nope, it goes up into the crowd. That will lead to a stoppage with 7:24 remaining in period number 1. Knightriders leading the Firebirds by a score of 1-0 thanks to a goal scored by Chesney Sigdahl. And we continue to play on. This offensive zone draw is won by the Knightriders. Giving chase to the far side is Groven. And Grand Forks really starting to feel like these defenders can pinch. Speaking of pinch, a shot from the point coming from defender Elizabeth Kilgore. Doesn't get all of it on that shot. It's easily gloved by Parker. She'll hold on to it, so we continue to catch up for those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports. Just under 7 minutes remaining in period number 1. Shots still in favor of the Knightriders, 9-0 in that department. Comes back to the point. Kuznia's shot towards the net goes up into the air, leads to a spinorama one-timer from Groven. And her attempt misses wide in the high slot. Devils Lake finally able to clear this one out towards center ice. It's going to lead to a turnover at the Knightrider blue line. McIver takes over possession at the red line. She tries to dump it deep, but it hits a player on the bench of Grand Forks. That will lead to a stoppage and a neutral zone draw with 6:35 remaining in period number 1. It'll lead to a center ice face-off, which is taken by Eliana of Grand Forks. Face-off won by the Firebirds. Their pass off the wall gets broken up by Kuznia. She goes D-to-D with her partner, and an effective breakout for the Knightriders skating into the zone for Grand Forks. That was Kiera Botnan. Her play gets broken up, comes back to center ice. The Knightriders regroup. Here they come. Marto in the far corner. Her centering feed comes all the way to the near point. Here's Meager. Meager makes a move, has it in the high slot on her forehand. Her shot misses wide to the near side. Marto's return pass right on top of the crease. Trying to get a number on the player who's right on top of Delaney Parker, and that was number 23, Ella Bry. Taking a pass from below the goal line from Elena Marto, but slamming the door shut is the netminder Delaney Parker. She's had 10 shots fired against her. She's made 9 saves. Score still remains 1-0 Knightriders with just under 6 minutes remaining in period number 1 inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. Offensive zone draw won by the Firebirds. They send it out to center ice, where the Knightriders will immediately send it deep. Devils Lake again able to clear it out towards center ice, and we're going to have a penalty against the Knightriders. Some contact on the far blue line against the boards. This is going to be a body-checking minor assessed to number 3. That's Elena Marto. So the freshman forward who led the Knightriders in goals with 10 last season as an 8th grader will have 2 minutes put up next to her number 3. And we'll get our first look at this Devils Lake RBB Electric power play. Face-off won by the Knightriders, and they immediately dump it 200 feet down the entire length of the ice. It's played by Delaney Parker. She gives it to Witzel. Witzel's pass does not reach its intended target. It's a turnover. Grand Forks immediately sends it back deep once again. Collected by McIver below her own goal line. She goes D to D with Witzel. That's number 2, Gracie Witzel. The only 2 seniors on this 2025-26 Devils Lake Firebird team are both defensive partners, Julia McIver and Gracie Witzel. A very young team. And McIver entering the zone all by herself, has it on the forehand, and we got another penalty coming up. This will lead to a 5-on-3. McIver created kind of a half breakaway there. Some fans calling for a penalty shot. We will not receive that. Devils Lake will move to 5-on-3 for the next minute 16, and we are finally officially caught up. 4:53 remaining in period number 1. We'll play 5-on-3 for the next minute 16, unless, of course, Devils Lake is able to score beforehand. Great opportunity for the Firebirds on the RBB Electric power play, not only with the 5-on-3, but McIver going coast to coast, creating an opportunity for herself. But on her first shot faced, Kylie Schmaltz stands tall for the Knightriders. Goes to the far side, shot from Witzel on the top of the far circle. Rings around all the way to the near side where McIver has it. McIver trying to penetrate that triangle. It gets tipped but comes back to McIver. Witzel, spinorama pass will ring around all the way below the goal line. And Devils Lake with the 2-man advantage will still maintain offensive zone possession. Top of the near circle, McIver with a hard shot. Hits her own player standing in front of the net. That's number 14 for Devils Lake, Mackenzie Madsen. She'll feel all of that. Looks like it hit her on the side of the knee. Loose puck collected by the Knightriders. They clear it all the way down. 30 seconds remaining on the 2-skater advantage for Devils Lake. Here comes Charlie Black. Her shot from the high slot misses high. Rebound from the glass comes all the way back. McIver's shot from the top of the near circle hits traffic and misses the net. Schmaltz did not have to make a save on that one. Loose puck collected by Grand Forks. They dump it all the way down, and that should do it for the Elena Marto minor. Just 5 seconds remaining until she comes out of the box, and we play 5-on-4 for Devils Lake, and we are now 5-on-4 for the next 45 seconds. Still in the box for Grand Forks is number 18, Dusty Balick. Sigdahl, the goal scorer, burning more time on the Balick minor behind the net of Devils Lake. McIver looking for some support. She'll take it away from Sigdahl, and she'll skate it herself. She throws on the brakes to create some extra separation, looking for a pass. A stretch pass, something that we mentioned during our pregame show that Devils Lake's going to want to accomplish a couple of those. It appears that goal has now switched to, can McIver go on a coast-to-coast run and bury the biscuit? It's been the only offensive zone opportunity, and we are just moments away. We are playing even strength. Great job by the penalty-killing unit for the Knightriders as a one-time shot from the high slot from Marto gets deflected, goes up into the netting. Grand Forks kills off the 5-on-3 player advantage for Devils Lake. A couple of opportunities, good offensive zone possession by the Firebirds, but not able to register a single shot on net on the RBB Electric power play. Actually, one shot came on 5-on-4, and that's when it turned into 5-on-3. As Julia McIver was making her way towards the net, she was wrapped up by Balick. And that made it 5-on-3 for 45 seconds. Grand Forks able to kill off the minor from Marto and then the Balick minor as well. We play even strength. Offensive zone draw comes to the near side. Meager pushes it below the goal line of Devils Lake. Wraparound attempt. Unsuccessful from Grand Forks' number 9. Correction, that's number 8 for the Knightriders. That's Ava Walsh. Groven, odd angle shot, saved by Parker, comes to Kilgore at the far hash mark. She sends it back deep to Groven. Groven gets pressed up against the wall. Devils Lake not able to take advantage. Picking up the loose puck, but not able to get it out. Standing tall at the blue line is Kilgore. She skates it below the goal line of Devils Lake. The Knightrider forecheck goes back to work. Sigdahl has it with space below the goal line, trying to bring it towards the front of the net on the short side. And meeting her at the post is going to be Delaney Parker. That will result in a stoppage with just under 2 minutes remaining in period number 1. The score still remains 1-0 in favor of the Knightriders. That goal scored by Chesney Sigdahl with 10:20 remaining in period number 1. Offensive zone draw won by Grand Forks. Loose puck collected by Devils Lake. Erikstead not able to clear. Held in the zone by Botnin. And a deflection leads to an opportunity. Trying to bat that one in on the far post was Nora Lord. But once again, Delaney Parker meets her at the far post. Another offensive zone draw upcoming for the Knightriders to the left of Parker. Face-off won by Grand Forks. They send it to the near corner. Comes back to the point. Balick looking to fire a shot immediately. Hits traffic as she was struggling to get all of it on that shot attempt. Here comes Devils Lake coming back the other way. Charlie Black with the defender dragging all up along her the entire way. No penalty is called. Charlie Black just had a defender hanging on her hip from basically the Grand Forks blue line all the way to the top of the circles. We continue to play on. 5-on-5, no penalty has been assessed. McIver turns it over at her own blue line, could lead to an opportunity. Here comes Balick. Balick on the backhand, her centering feed is broken up. Nice job there by Mara Hognes. Hognes listed as a goalie on our program. She's playing defense tonight for the Firebirds. Balick below the goal line trying to get it to that far post. It gets poked away, comes to the near corner. Devils Lake's Miley Ducombe unable to clear. McIver rings it around all the way to the far side, and it's a foot race. It's won by Kiera Botnin. She'll deposit that one right back below the Devils Lake goal line. McIver sends it to the near wing. Devils Lake finally able to clear. Doing so is Ducombe. Botnin has it at her own blue line. Devils Lake going for a change. The Knightriders trying to catch them in the act. Marto has it at the far blue line in the attacking end for Grand Forks. Her pass down to Yana in the far corner. Yana trying to make her way back towards the center of the ice. Has the puck poked away from her. Comes back to the point. Onto the stick of O'Connell. Shot deflected. Shot from the top of the crease. And just an absolute flurry of opportunities for the Knightriders. Was not able to keep up verbally, but that will do it for the end of period number 1. Shots, and the ice has been completely tilted in favor of the Knightriders. They only have one goal to show for it. That goal was scored by Chesney Sigdahl. So through 17 minutes of play inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex, it's the Knightriders 1, Firebirds 0. We're going to take a break here. Word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll show you that Sigdahl goal for those of you watching our video coverage on KNOX Live Sports, and we'll make our way through that first intermission report. This is our coverage of Knightrider hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
Need more efficiency in your harvest?
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Welcome back to our coverage of Knightrider hockey on KNOX. We got radio and video coverage available for you tonight. This is our first intermission break after one period of play. The Knightriders leading the Firebirds from Devil's Lake by a score of 1-0. This intermission break is brought to you by our sponsors, Grand Forks Welding, the men of steel since the 19th century, 1885, as well as High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. You're listening on the flagship KNOX 1310 AM, 107.9, 103.3. And for those of you watching, or if you're listening and trying to tune into our video coverage, visit our website at knoxradio.com under the live sports tab, or visit YouTube, utilize the search bar, look up KNOX TV, and while you're at it, subscribe to the channel. Get email updates every time we schedule a broadcast. We are in the beginning of the busiest time of the year for KNOX Sports, the winter sports season, a very hockey-crazed community, so our coverage of the Knightriders, the Knights, the Rough Riders, and the Green Wave, as well as the basketball teams for all of those schools as well. So very busy time of year, would not be possible without our sponsors, and this coverage is completely free to you. No subscriptions necessary, no paywall that exists, so please make sure to support those who support us, whether it's a live read that you hear myself mention or one of the commercials that you hear or watch during one of our breaks. Our coverage would not be possible without our sponsors at KNOX Live Sports. A very brief scoring summary to bring you through here after one period of play. That goal was scored by Chesney Sigdahl at even strength. It went unassisted, so that made the score 1-0 in favor of Grand Forks. That coming with 10:20 remaining in period number one. That very brief scoring summary brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They light the lamp, and it indeed does shine brighter at Bergstrom Electric, the sponsor of our scoring summary here at KNOX Live Sports. And right now, let's take a look at that goal for those of you watching our video coverage. Scored by Chesney Sigdahl. She forces a turnover at the Devil's Lake blue line, takes over possession, and just weaves through the defenders, coming in short side, moves to the far post on the backhand and deposits the puck into the back of the net. We'll show you that one more time. The goal by Sigdahl. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency, weaving through the defense, charging towards the near post, moves to the backhand and has a wide open net to shoot into. Shots on net after period number one in favor of Grand Forks. It is 14. Sorry, we'll get you back to our screen for those of you watching our video coverage. It's in favor of the Knightriders, 14-1. So one save so far from the netminder for Grand Forks. That's going to be Kylie Schmaltz. 13 for Devils Lake's goaltender Delaney Parker, the sophomore, who a season ago had a save percentage over 900. Looks like she's going to have a similar workload this season, and she's doing her job so far. Devils Lake 0 for 2 on the power play in period number one as we make our way through this box score during this intermission report. It was 5-on-3 for 45 seconds. The Firebirds were not able to deposit a single shot on net. The best chance coming offensively for Devils Lake coming from their senior defender, Julia McIver. That was when it was 5-on-4. She made her way towards the net and created kind of a mini breakaway for herself, putting a shot on net, the only one in period number one for Devils Lake. But while she was making her way towards the net, she was taken down by Biddy Balick. and that made it 5-on-3 for the next 45 seconds. And as you can tell from the scoreboard, 1-0 in favor of the Knightriders. Devils Lake unable to take advantage of that opportunity on the RBB Electric power play. After one period of play, it's very obvious that the ice has been tilted in favor of Grand Forks, and every stat is indicating that. Shots on net, they haven't had any power plays yet, have the Knightriders. Devils Lake has had 2, like we just mentioned, only registering 1 shot on net on the man advantage. But the scoreboard still not indicating the level of, the difference that we're seeing in play tonight between the Knightriders and the Firebirds. Just 1-0 in favor of Grand Forks. A lot of that is thanks to the credit of Delaney Parker. She's being peppered with shots, is the goalie for Devils Lake, and she's doing a good job of standing tall. A lot of these opportunities coming from the outside, so I'd expect Kelly Kilgore to challenge his team to try set up more plays in the offensive zone, try find a player streaking back door for an easy tap-in goal, maybe try turn one of these turnovers in the neutral zone, more specifically at the Devils Lake blue line, into an odd man rush opportunity coming back the other way. I'd imagine right now Kelly Kilgore is encouraging his team to spread the puck out more. Everybody appears to be a little bit goal hungry, just trying to put shots on net for themselves to add some goals to their stat sheet. But right now, Coach Kilgore for Grand Forks likely encouraging his team to play more as a team, and that will lead to points. An assist is just as good as a goal on the score sheet. We're making our way through this first intermission report. It's brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and High Plains Water, the Zamboni just coming off the ice. So we're going to take a break, hear a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we will have the second period of action. Grand Forks taking on Devils Lake in North Dakota girls high school hockey on KNOX and KNOX Live Sports. We'll be right back.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop proudly supports our local high school athletes on the field, the court, and beyond. Just like sports, adventure starts with the right gear. The Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins.
Welcome back to our coverage of North Dakota girls high school hockey on KNOX and KNOX Live Sports. That will wrap up our intermission break number 1. That first intermission brought to you by our sponsors, Grand Forks Welding and High Plains Water. We're gearing up for the beginning of period number 2. The Knightriders leading the Firebirds in this season opener inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex by a score of 1-0. Shots on net in favor of the Knightriders, 14-1 in that department. Have yet to solve the enigma that is Delaney Parker. The only goal scored by Grand Forks, that was Chesney Sigdahl. While we have the time, let's show you that highlight once again for those of you watching our video coverage. Sigdahl forcing a turnover at the Devil's Lake blue line. She takes it herself and then weaves through the defense, charging towards that near post, moves to the backhand, and then scores on that far post. And that is the only goal that we have so far in this matchup between Grand Forks and Devil's Lake. The high school hockey opener for the girls. Grand Forks with high expectations coming into this season, led by their head coach, Kelly Kilgore. Devil's Lake, their head coach is Rob McIver. They're looking to try and improve this season. They did not register a single victory in the 2024-25 campaign. Playing good early on, only one goal given up. Clearly the ice was tilted in favor of Grand Forks for large portions of that first period, but the Firebirds were still able to register what I thought were a couple of opportunities offensively. Only one shot on net to show for it, that coming from their senior defender, Julia McIver. But they started off the game with their hair on fire. Now Devil's Lake will make their way on the ice from right to left on your screen. Grand Forks moving from left to right. Offensive center ice draw won by Devil's Lake. McIver retreats all the way below her own goal line, and she'll tip this one off the boards. Nice play by Black, as she will have numbers coming into the attacking zone. It's deflected away by Botnan, and she negates an opportunity. Puck comes back to the front of the net, loose, collected by the Knightriders. Here comes Sigdahl skating in, getting chased from behind. Her shot is saved by Parker. Good back check by Charlie Black, negating what would have been a clear and obvious breakaway for Chesney Sigdahl. And the save was made by Parker. Odd angle shot. Rebound comes to Botnan at the top of the near circle. She's not able to control that one completely. And picking up the loose puck is Devil's Lake, number 5. That's Erikstead. And she will advance into the attacking zone, and she's taken down by Balick. And this will be the third power play opportunity for the Firebirds. They were 0 for 2 in period number 1. Balick takes down Olivia Erikstead, the sophomore forward for Devil's Lake. So that will be 2 minutes for tripping, I believe. Didn't see the official call from the floaties down on the ice, but I believe that's going to be a tripping minor assessed against Kiera Botnan. Or no, that's Biddy Balick, the senior defender for Grand Forks. Another look at this Devil's Lake RBB Electric power play. Will they have an opportunity to tie it up? Getting this one out of the zone is Marto. She gives chase all the way below the goal line of Devil's Lake. Good effort being displayed by the freshman forward for Grand Forks. McIver able to evade that forecheck, but Devil's Lake turns it over at their own blue line. A shot from the high slot coming from Grand Forks as Eliana misses high. And now the Knightriders are controlling possession in the offensive zone, a man short. A shot from the far point, rifled by Hazel O'Connell, hits traffic, comes out to center ice. Grand Forks sends it deep immediately. Winning that foot race is Yana. McIver picks up the loose puck right in front of her net, and she'll skate it out to center ice by herself. She enters the attacking zone on the right side, puts on the brakes at the far blue line, trying to get connected with the streaking player through the slot. Loose puck comes all the way to the near dot, and a shot on net from Charlie Black will be saved with the glove by Kylie Schmaltz for Grand Forks. So that's another shot on net for Devil's Lake, their second. Only a minute 8 remaining on the tripping minor assist to Dusty Balick. Defensive zone draw is lost by Grand Forks. Black, odd angle shot, trying to snipe that one short side. It rings around all the way, unable to hold it in. For Devil's Lake was McIver, and the Firebirds have to regroup. They re-enter the attacking zone. Witzel has it on the near side. Passes it along the blue line to McIver. She has it on top of the far circles, trying to get connected with Black all by herself on the near side at the bottom of the circle. Pass goes into her skates, and a shot on net from Witzel as she pinched to hold the zone. 30 seconds remaining for Grand Forks. They pick up the loose puck. Doing so is Reese Meager, and she'll clear this one all the way down the ice. Witzel will skate away with room to operate in front of her in her own end for the Firebirds. She'll turn it over at the Grand Forks blue line. Nice job stepping up by Kendra Kuznia. Devils Lake charging forward, trying to make something out of nothing is Mackenzie Madsen. She's pushed to the near corner, and the minor penalty has expired, so we are back to even strength inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex, still 1-0 in favor of the Knightriders with just under 14 minutes remaining in period number 2. Back to even strength. Now the Devils Lake Firebirds are 0 for 3 on the night. Retreating all the way to her own end is Mara Hogness, and the shot goes to the side of the frame, and it's gloved by Parker. She will hold on to it and stop the clock with just over 13.5 minutes remaining in period number 2. It'll be an offensive zone draw for the Knightriders, taken to the left of Parker. Taking it for Grand Forks is going to be Chloe Erickson. Erickson wins it. Shot from Botnin, misses wide. It will ring around all the way to the far point. Balick puts it back low for the Knightriders. McIver intercepts that ring around pass. Has it below her own goal line. She puts on the brakes, looking for some support. There's that stretch pass trying to get connected with Black. Black making her way behind the defense for Grand Forks, but the pass does not hit its intended target. And there was that stretch gamble we were talking about during the pregame report. McIver looks like a lot of her forwards were making their way out of the zone, so her only opportunity there was to just attempt to get it behind the Grand Forks defense, unable to get connected with Black. A shot from the point deflected to the far wall, picked up by Erickstead. Erickstead still has it, not able to clear the zone for Devils Lake. Comes back to Grand Forks. A shot from the top of the far circle taken by Jossie Cool. Save is made by Parker, and the Firebirds are able to clear it out to center ice. Quick to regroup are the Knightriders. Parker's going to leave this one to McIver. McIver leaves it on the near corner for Ducombe. Ducombe skates it out of her own end. She crosses the red line, being pestered the entire way by Kilgore, and she's taken down. No penalty called. Grand Forks will now break it out of their own zone. McIver does a good job of holding the blue line, but Grand Forks will turn it over at their own blue line. Making her way towards the net for Devils Lake and getting taken down from behind was Brooklyn Homan. Coming in all by herself was Homan, but she was being pestered by Sigdahl as well as Elizabeth Kilgore. And she did not get a shot on net. Officially she did, but it was really just tapping it forward, and an easy paddle save made by Kylie Schmaltz. Now Kilgore skating through center ice. She enters the attacking zone, passes it to the far corner to Groven. Groven's return pass to Kilgore hits traffic. It comes back to the point. Sigdahl with the shot that gets deflected, and it's gloved by Parker. That will stop the clock with just under 12 minutes remaining in period number 2. The Knightriders continue to tilt to the ice, but they are not taking advantage in the goal department. Devils Lake with an opportunity in that last sequence. Brooklyn Homan forcing a turnover at the Grand Forks blue line. Then she comes in all by herself, but good back check by the Knightriders. That prevented what could have been a grade A scoring opportunity. Here's Marto circling the wagons in the offensive zone. Her centering feed gets broken up, looking for Yana right on top of the crease. Yana coming back towards the net, coming back towards the center of the ice. Her shot misses high. Devils Lake once again not able to get it out. Here's that top line out on the ice for Grand Forks. Yana back to Kilgore at the point. Passes in Kilgore's skates. She regroups and rings it around behind the net of Devils Lake. With it there for Grand Forks is Bree. Ella Bry, I should say, comes back to the point. Hazel O'Connell passes it along the blue line to the near side. Kilgore will ring it around back down low. Yana has it. Yana getting pressed up against the boards. Grand Forks going for a change at the blue line, so the pass that comes back to the point comes all the way to Kylie Schmaltz, and she's going to leave it for O'Connell. O'Connell does a good job of skating away from the forecheck for Devils Lake, but she'll turn it over in her own zone. Black gets pressed up in front of her own bench. Devils Lake does a good job of holding the zone on the near side. They'll dump it deep, and they're able to go for a line change. Top line back out for the Firebirds. Grand Forks passes it from their own blue line, and it will not hit its intended target. Goes untouched the entire length of the ice down. And that will result in an icing and a stoppage. Just over 10:30 remaining in period number 2 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Still in favor of the Knightriders. A goal that came all the way back in period number 1 from Chesney Sigdahl that went unassisted. That's the only score that we still have. Defensive zone draw won by Grand Forks. Pushed forward but not able to get it out for the Knightriders was Jossie Kuhl. Kuhl collects it in front of the Firebird bench. She'll dump it out towards center ice. McIver has it. McIver trying to utilize the boards for a board pass, but that's going to be a turnover at center ice. Grand Forks enters the attacking zone. They cough it up. The Knightriders have to regroup, and they dump it deep. The forecheck starts for Grand Forks. Unable to hold the zone on the far wall was a Knightrider defender. And now Grand Forks has it at their own blue line. Pass back over to the far side. Here's Reese Meager. Meager moves it forward to Lord. Lord has it taken away by Devils Lake's number 6, Addison Clemetsrud. The teams trade possession at center ice for the last minute or so. Entering the attacking zone for the Knightriders and throwing a shot on net is Reese Meager. Save is made by Parker. Rebound goes to the far corner. Grand Forks has possession. Here's Groven. Groven gives it to Sigdahl. Sigdahl pass to the back door, and it's going to lead to an opportunity and a goal for the Knightriders. It's scored by Chloe Groven. We'll show you that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency. Started with a great backdoor pass, not able to execute, wasn't able to catch a number, but a good job pushing that one back towards the front, and Groven was waiting for it, and she had a wide open net to shoot into. And it is now 2-0 in favor of Grand Forks. Trying to get our scoreboard figured out here. Didn't exactly hear the scoring summary there. That came with 9:16 remaining, as we'll get caught up as a stoppage comes. Grand Forks enters the attacking zone now with a 2-goal lead thanks to a goal scored by Chloe Groven. Didn't clearly hear the public address announcer in terms of who's given credit for the assists on that one, but we'll be provided with the box score at the end of period number 2, where we'll go through a scoring summary, hopefully loaded with more goals coming from the Knightriders. Just under 9 minutes remaining. Grand Forks doubles up their lead thanks to a goal from Chloe Groven. Devils Lake able to maintain offensive zone possession. Putting this one deep is Gracie Witzel. Mardo skates below her own net, looking for a breakout pass. She has it on her backhand, skates it out of her own zone by herself, passes it off the wall to herself, and then at the Devils Lake blue line, will dump it below the goal line of the Firebirds. Centering feed leads to a flurry right on top of the crease. Loose puck goes to the far wall, collected by the Firebirds. And Homan not able to get it out. A turnover in the defensive zone for the Firebirds leads to a chance for Mardo right on top of the crease. The pressure is still being applied by Grand Forks. Shot from Balick hits traffic. And that will force the Knightriders to regroup as they will dump this one deep. It's collected by Homan for Devils Lake. Her stretch pass is deflected, touched up by a Knightrider, so icing will be called off. Meager passes this one forward, trying to get connected with Balick, making her way through. A shot attempt from Lord. She doesn't get all of it on that one. Balick trying to push it towards the net on the near post. Loose puck collected by Black, one of the captains for the Firebirds. Puts it on her forehand, trying to get a shot on net, unable to do so. And a turnover at the top of the circles on the far side by Balick. She'll clear it out to center ice. Devils Lake's Hogness trying to push this one forward at center ice for Devils Lake, but it's a turnover, and the Knightriders will dump this one deep into the attacking zone where their forecheck will go to work. Applying pressure in the far corner is Balick. Good breakout by the Firebirds as it just crosses that blue line, so the Knightriders will have to regroup. Good pass through center ice. Set play for the Knightriders gets broken up at the red line. McIver has it. The captain for Devils Lake, one of the 2 seniors on this team, the leading scorer for the Firebirds a season ago. McIver skating along that blue line, has it on her backhand. She'll pass it low. Erikstead, pass all the way back to the near point. It jumps over the stick of Sophie Wetzel waiting for it. Sophie Wetzel, the 7th grader, have to imagine she's related, maybe even be sisters with the senior Gracie Wetzel. And a pass from the Grand Forks blue line does not hit tape for the Knightriders or Devils Lake. It will go all the way down for an icing with just over 6 minutes remaining in period number 2. A goal from Chloe Groven has made this a 2-goal game. 2-0 in favor of the Grand Forks Knightriders over the Devils Lake Firebirds on our All True Health System scoreboard. Defensive zone draw won by Grand Forks. Skating this one, and a pass to the near side. Collecting it at the red line is Ava Walsh. Ava Walsh pushes it deeper. It's collected by Reese Meager. Meager circling the wagons. Is going to leave it off for Sigdahl. Sigdahl back down low to Meager. It comes back to Reese Meager at the high slot, and her shot gets deflected. Devils Lake coming back the other way. Good back check being applied by Reese Meager. Good hustle being displayed there. Breaks up what could have been an opportunity for the Firebirds. Grand Forks able to clear it out to center ice, and here comes Sigdahl. Sigdahl all by herself on the backhand. She scores! Sigdahl with her 2nd of the game makes it 3-0 Grand Forks over Devils Lake. Let's take a look at that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Sigdahl just pokes it forward. Devils Lake pinching at the blue line, unable to hold the zone. And that's the 2nd goal scored by Sigdahl, going forehand to backhand. And Grand Forks now leads 3-0. With 5:12 remaining. Scored by Sigdahl, and we'll wait until we receive the box score from the public address announcer during intermission break to read off the assists, both on that goal scored by Groven, and then the most recent goal scored by Sigdahl, her 2nd of the game. Knightriders continuing to apply pressure. Devils Lake is able to clear, collected at their own blue line. Grand Forks' Balick having to retreat all the way below her own goal line. McIver holds the zone at the far point, puts it deep where Balick will slide it to the near hash marks. Marto trying to collect it in stride, has it poked away from her. Another good zone hold there by Ellie Suda, but finally Grand Forks is able to clear. Here comes an opportunity for the Knightriders. Marto in the near corner, not able. A swing and a miss on her centering feed. Still battling after it in the near corner. Marto has possession again. Her centering feed goes all the way to the far wall. Zone not able to be held by Grand Forks. Balick retreats. She goes D to D with Elizabeth Kilgore. Kilgore immediately facing pressure from some Firebirds coming onto the ice after a line change from Devils Lake. Delayed offsides will give Kilgore time, but she'll poke it forward out to center ice. It's picked up by Erickson. Erickson passes it to the near side. It will go into the near corner. Lord gives chase for Grand Forks. She's joined by Jossie Kuhl. Kuhl skates away with it. She's pressed up against the wall. Has the puck taken away from her momentarily, just out of my line of sight. And a centering feed coming there from Grand Forks. Nobody home. The pass attempt coming from O'Connell. Finally, Devils Lake not able to get it out. Here we go, and they get it out. Comes out to center ice, immediately picked up by Kilgore. trying to restart the offensive attack for the Knightriders. Comes back out to the neutral zone once again, and Devils Lake will cross the red line. Doing so is Frith. Frith has it taken away from her. The Firebirds have to go for a line change. O'Connell crosses center ice for the Knightriders with it on the left side of the offensive zone, looking for a centering feed, trying to get connected with Cool right on top of the crease. Here comes Devils Lake. Breakaway opportunity for Homan. Homan all by herself. Save is made. Save is made by Kylie Schmaltz. We'll capture that replay. That's an early candidate for our finest auto trim cover of the game. A clearing attempt goes all the way down from Grand Forks, and we'll show you that most recent save made by Kylie Schmaltz. We'll stop our clock with just over 2:20 remaining. As a defensive error made by the Knightriders allowed Homan to come in all by herself. She tries to go high glove side, but good positioning by Kylie Schmaltz will keep it a 3-0 game in favor of Grand Forks. 2:20 remaining in period number 2. Score is 3-0 in favor of the Knightriders on our All True Health System scoreboard. The Firebirds hold the zone on the near side. Giving chase will be Reese Meager. She has it. Her breakout pass goes to Sigdahl at the far wing. Pass to the near side. Walsh skates with it. Will hand it off to Meager. Meager has it in the far corner below the goal line of Devils Lake. Makes her way towards the front of the net. Good stick handling, but has it poked away by Witzel. Witzel skates it out to center ice, crosses the red line, and will dump it deep below the goal line of Grand Forks. A turnover below the goal line could lead to an opportunity from Black. Quick glove save from Kylie Schmaltz. A shot from an odd angle from Charlie Black goes right into the glove, but not squeezing it was Kylie Schmaltz, keeping it a 3-0 game. Couple of big saves in the last minute or two from the senior netminder for Grand Forks, keeping this a 3-goal advantage. McIver with forecheckers all over her. Dumps it out to center ice. Grand Forks will try regroup to re-enter the attacking zone. Puck gets dumped deep. D-to-D pass to McIver. She'll pass it to the far wing to Erikstead. Erikstead trying to find Black, streaking through the center of the ice. Tired legs. Devils Lake goes for a line change. Entering the attacking zone is Botnan. Botnan drops it off for Marto. Her shot is saved. Rebound comes to the near corner. Just 45 seconds remaining. Now in period number 2, Marto in the far corner. Gets poked away, loose puck collected by Weagle. And Weagle will pass this one, and it's not strong enough to go all the way down. Icing is called off. It's picked up by Botnan. Botnan's pass gets broken up at center ice. Falling is McIver. Devils Lake at their own blue line. Will trade possession with Grand Forks, trying to poke this one forward for the Knightriders is Paige Meager. The Devils Lake defender gains possession, and Grand Forks has to regroup from their own blue line. Balick moves it forward, and pushing it forward is Meager. Only 3 seconds remaining in period number 1, and that will do it. Now after 34 minutes of play inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex, it is now a 3-0 lead for Grand Forks over Devils Lake. We're headed to period number 3, but first we'll have this second intermission break. This is KNOX bringing you North Dakota Girls High School Hockey, both on air, 1310 AM, 107.9, 103.3 FM. And then our video coverage can be found on our website at knoxradio.com. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll bring you this second intermission report, breaking down the second period, showing you the highlights from both of those goals as well as some saves from Kylie Schmaltz. This is Knightrider Hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
When the lights go out.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
We welcome you back to the second intermission report inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex after 34 minutes heading into period number 3. The Knightriders lead the Firebirds from Devil's Lake by a score of 3-0. This is the girls' high school hockey opener in North Dakota, and we're bringing it to you on KNOX, both on the radio and through video coverage. We're on air 1310 a.m., the flagship KNOX 103.3, 107.9 FM. And then our video coverage can be found on our website, knoxradio.com, under the Live Sports tab. That will take you to our YouTube page, KNOX TV. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're there. Get email updates every time we schedule a broadcast, and we will be very busy as we're just starting up with the winter sports season, the busiest time of the year for the KNOX Sports Department. This second intermission report is brought to you by our sponsors, Grand Forks Welding, the Men of Steel since 1885, and High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. We're going to bring you through a scoring summary there in period number 2, and while we're doing so, for those of you watching our video coverage, we will show you these video highlights as well. Starting off with goal number 2. This one was scored by number 4. That's going to be Chloe Groven. The Groven goal was assisted by Ava Walsh and Kendra Kuznia. Here's that video replay for you, brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. So it started with that pass from Kuznia to Walsh backdoor. Walsh's shot attempt did not get all of it on that shot, but then she's able to collect a loose puck behind the net, and then waiting for it in front of the net was Chloe Groven. So it's Groven from Walsh and Kuznia at the 7:38 mark of period number 2 to make it 2-0 Grand Forks. And then just over 4 minutes later at the 11:48 mark, Chesney Sigdahl gets her second goal of the game. Both of these goals coming unassisted, and this one comes on more of a clean breakaway from Sigdahl. Breaks up. Here's that replay for those of you watching our video feed. Forks able to clear it out to center ice, and here comes Grand Forks blue line for Devil's Lake. All by herself on the backhand. She scores. Backhand. Sigdahl with her second of the game makes it Grand Forks, and that's where we stand. So the 2 goals scored by the Knightriders in that period. Chloe Groven coming at the 7:38 mark, assist coming from Ava Walsh and Kendra Kuznia. And then 4 minutes later, unassisted, Chesney Sigdahl gets her second goal of the game. That makes it 3-0 after 2 periods of play. That scoring summary brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They light the lamp, and indeed it does shine brighter. Trust the employee-owned professionals at Bergstrom Electric for your home projects, your commercial builds as well. they light the lamp, and indeed it does shine brighter. Bergstrom Electric, the sponsor of our scoring summary here on KNOX Sports and Live Sports. Finally, we have one more highlight to show you. Let's hope that this is loaded in correctly. Zone. Looking for a center feed, trying to get connected Grand Force's goaltender right on top of the crease. Here comes Devil's Lake. Breakaway opportunity for Homan. Homan all by herself, trying to go high glove side, but Schmaltz shuts the door. Save is made by Kylie. 3-0 hockey game. Schmaltz in the last couple of sequences of that second period had a couple of big saves, most notably that one we just showed you, the breakaway opportunity from Brooklyn Homan. Probably the only grade A scoring opportunity from the Firebirds so far in this game. They were able to tighten up the shot margin. It now reads 23-7 in favor of Grand Forks in that department, but the Knightriders are able to tack on 2 more in the second. And that brings us to where our score currently stands on our Ultra Health System scoreboard, 3-0 in favor of the Knightriders. This is our second intermission report. It's brought to you by our partners at Grand Forks Welding, the men of steel since the 19th century, 1885. Grand Forks Welding alongside High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. Quality water really will improve every aspect of your life. Better tasting water, softer clothes, cleaner dishes, softer skin. Everything you can imagine will improve with the better water system that you can find at High Plains Water. Them and Grand Forks Welding are sponsors of this second intermission report. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll be just moments away from the beginning of period number 3 inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. It's Knightriders 3, Firebirds 0 on the KNOX Live Sports Network.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with Harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Blue-Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our #1.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job. If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto of Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass,
10 seconds.
shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
Welcome back to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We're moments away from the start of period number 3 inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. The Knightriders in their home opener at home, or their season opener at home, I should say. It's both the season opener and the home opener for the Knightriders, beating the Firebirds from Devil's Lake by a score of 3-0 after 2 periods of play, just 1 period remaining in regulation. That will wrap up our second intermission report. That intermission report once again brought to you by our partners High Plains Water and Grand Forks Welding as both teams skate back out onto the ice. The Knightriders in their home uniforms, a combination of colors between Red River and Central, of course. Well, socks that have black with gray stripes, the pants that resemble Grand Forks Red River, and then that patented Knightrider look with the circled GF emblem right on the chest, adorned in black and gray down the shoulders and the arms to go along with the black bucket. The Devil's Lake Firebirds looking a lot like the Valley City Vipers. They got all black, and then they have some red and white stripes as well. Great uniform matchup unfolding in front of us. The Knightriders really dominating play on the ice. Shots on net in favor of Grand Forks, 23-7 in that department. All 7 saves have been made by the netminder Kylie Schmaltz. She had a couple of big ones in the later stages of that second period. And then Devil's Lake's netminder making 20 saves out of the 23 shots faced against. That is their sophomore goalie, Delaney Parker, who had over a 900 save percentage a year ago. As things stand right now, she has almost an 87 save percentage against Grand Forks, one of the top teams in the state. And we'll take another look at that drive for the title that we looked at during the pregame show. Grand Forks ended the regular season a year ago, number 2 in the regular season standings. They lost a heartbreaker inside the Ralph Engelstedt Arena in the state tournament quarterfinal game, losing that one to West Fargo United, the number 7 seed in the tournament. The number 5 seed, Bismarck Legacy, co-oping with Bismarck High, went on to eventually win the state championship. Grand Forks returns a lot of talent that they had a year ago. Some of their younger players, like Elena Marto, who played as an 8th grader, returns and will look to take that extra step in her development alongside some more of those younger players for the Knightriders. Ella Bry also played as an 8th grader a season ago. And then some players on the back end, Elizabeth Kilgore, Kendra Kuznia, both in their junior seasons. We're underway. Period number 3 inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. The Knightriders have possession in the offensive zone. Trying to make her way towards the front of the net on the far post for Grand Forks is Ava Walsh. Devil's Lake unable to clear. They regroup behind their own net. Julia McIver unable to get it out of her own zone. Good job holding the offensive zone for Grand Forks is Kiara Botnan. Botnan pushes it low. Groven trying to push it to Sigdahl on the near side below the goal line. That pass gets broken up. Pinch by Botnan. Comes back to the point, and Groven tries to dump it deep, but it hits players on the Devil's Lake bench, so that will lead to a stoppage with 16:08 remaining in regulation between Grand Forks and Devil's Lake, the season opener of North Dakota girls high school hockey. Grand Forks a season ago with an impressive record. The Knightriders went 21-5 last season, and it looks like they're well on their way to get their first victory in game number 1 against a team that did not register a victory last year. Devil's Lake going 0-22. Still only 2 seniors on this Firebird team, both on the blue line starting for Devil's Lake. A scramble right on top of Delaney Parker, and eventually she'll cover this one up, which will stop the clock with 15:45 remaining in regulation. Whacking at that one for Grand Forks was Marto. Also trying to whack at it was Ella Bry. And then also on the ice is Ella Yana. They remain for an offensive zone draw that will be taken to the left of Parker. Yana takes the face-off for the Knightriders. trying to push this one forward. Bry will push it to the near corner. Marto back to the point. Elizabeth Kilgore has it in her skate. She's able to regroup back towards the front of the net. Bry on the far post, not able to get a shot off. Marto has it behind the goal line. Marto surveying her options, trying to give it back to Kilgore at the point. Aaron pass will come all the way back down below the goal line of Grand Forks, played by Schmaltz. She'll leave it for Kilgore. Kilgore goes D to D with O'Connell. O'Connell almost with the turnover in her own end, eventually able to get it to the far side to Marto. She gives it to a streaking Yana. Yana gets separated from the puck. Devil's Lake trying to get this one out is Hadley Frith. She's able to do so. Grand Forks will have to regroup in the neutral zone. An errant pass will once again have to be played by the netminder Kylie Schmaltz. The Knightriders breaking it out from the near side. Pass coming from their own blue line. Hits nothing and will go all the way down and result in an icing with 14:47 remaining in the third. Still stands on our All True Health System scoreboard 3-0 in favor of Grand Forks over Devil's Lake. 2 goals have been scored, both unassisted by Chesney Sigdahl. That was sandwiched. The goal in between was Chloe Groven. The assist on the Groven goal going to Ava Walsh and Kendra Kuznia. Devil's Lake in the attacking end gets pushed deeper by Mackenzie Madsen. Ducombe has it in the far corner. Ducombe centering feed. Goes right onto the stick of Kuznia, the defender for Grand Forks. And a play through center ice is tipped behind the red line, so that will result in an icing with 14:22 remaining in period number 3. It sure looked like Jocelyn Kuhl was really close to that red line, but the officials on the ice saw otherwise, so it will be a stoppage. And another defensive zone draw upcoming for the Knightriders. It will be taken by Groven to the right of Schmaltz. Comes back to the points, and the shot from Gracie Witzel gets blocked. Good job getting in front of that one was Chesney Sigdahl. Devil's Lake has to regroup. They turn it over in the neutral zone. And now a turnover at the Devil's Lake blue line. Grand Forks has to touch up on sides. And that gives Devil's Lake an opportunity to dump it all the way down. Groven behind her own net, passes it to the far side. Now it goes up to the blue line, collected by Reese Meager. Meager enters the attacking zone. She's going to drop it off for Walsh. Walsh on the backhand will go right on top of the crease all the way to the far corner. Meager's centering feed comes all the way to the point. Shot attempt from Grand Forks as Kuznia hits traffic. Coming back the other way, Devil's Lake might have a breakaway opportunity, but getting chased down was Anna Walsh. And we continue to play on. Good back check there by Grand Forks. Didn't get a number on who was able to chase down Walsh on what could have been a breakaway opportunity for the Firebirds. And another pass originating from behind the red line will lead to an icing, so we'll have a stoppage and yet another defensive zone draw for Grand Forks with 13:07 remaining in regulation. Still 3-0 in favor of the Knightriders over Devil's Lake. 2 goals being scored by Sigdahl, the netminder Kylie Schmaltz with 7 saves to her name tonight. The Knightriders clear it out to the neutral zone. Julia McIver immediately sends it back down below the goal line of Grand Forks. Pass to the near wing and a good breakout by Grand Forks. Chloe Erickson gives chase in front of the Devil's Lake bench, and not sure what happened. The puck comes out of play, so that will result in a stoppage with 12:45 remaining. And the faceoff comes all the way back to the defensive zone for Grand Forks. Not sure how we end up there, but we continue to play on. Defensive zone draw won by Grand Forks, leading by 3 here in period number 3. Elena Marto at the far wing, trying to deflect it off the boards to herself. Too strong, but icing is called off. Now Marto has it at the far dot. Her shot makes its way through. Goal, Grand Forks. That goal was scored by Elena Marto. Good forecheck by Grand Forks, creating an opportunity, and she rifles a wrister from the far circle. And she beats the netminder for Devil's Lake, Delaney Parker, 5-hole. And you'll see just right at the far dot, her shot beats Parker 5-hole, and that will bring the score to 4-0 in favor of Grand Forks. Trying to get, once again, not able to hear the public address announcer, trying to get an understanding of who had the assist on that Marteau goal. There was an assist, not sure who her line mate was, who gave chase in that far corner, gave it back to Marteau with all the room in the world to wind up that wrist shot. Strong shot from Marteau, beats the netminder Parker. And the score is now 4-0 for the Knightriders over the Firebirds with just under 12 minutes remaining in regulation. Looks like the Knightriders, led by head coach Kelly Kilgore, are well on their way to their first victory of the season over a team that did not... Oh, and a goal from behind the goal line. Odd angle shot coming from Devils Lake's Mary Weigel. And the Firebirds are on the board. Let's show you that replay. Not sure how much we're going to be able to see. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. As Weigel from behind the goal line fires a shot towards the front of the net, trying to see who that gets deflected. It hits the back of the paddle of Kylie Schmaltz, and that gives the Firebirds their first goal of the 2025 season. That comes with 11:30 remaining. Goal scored by Mary Weigel. I would imagine that's unassisted, but once we receive the box score from the public address announcer here inside in the Blue Line Club Iceplex, we will have that official scoring summary provided to you in our post-game report. Devils Lake gets their first goal of the season, then a shot from the far point. McIver puts one on net. Schmaltz makes the pad save. Just goes to show, put the puck on net and good things will happen. Weigel from behind the goal line. Would love to see the advanced analytics on the percent chance of scoring from that area of the ice. Goes off the back of the paddle as Devils Lake will give chase, and that will result in an icing. Will stop our clock, allow the scoreboard inside the arena to get caught up with what we have represented. 10:42 remaining in period number 3. 4-1, Grand Forks leading Devils Lake. After that odd angle goal from Devils Lake's number 19, Mary Weigel. That just coming less than a minute after the Elena Marteau goal. So a couple of goals within a minute here in period number 3. Should lead to a more filled out scoring summary in our postgame report where we'll show you highlights from each goal. Sigdahl enters the attacking zone. Her centering feed is broken up by Homan. Sigdahl gets the loose puck, comes back to Balick at the point. Balick to the far side, a shot from the point coming from number 22. I believe that's Botnin. It is. Kiara Botnin's wrist shot is gloved by Parker. And she will hold on to it. A lot of whistles in the last couple of minutes, a couple of goals, some icing calls, and now the stoppage from Parker with over 10 minutes in period number 3. Groven takes the offensive zone draw. It's won by Devils Lake. And we are finally now caught up on our All True Health System scoreboard. 10:05 remaining in regulation. 3-on-1 developing for Grand Forks. Here's Balick. Balick's going to drop it off to Sigdahl. Sigdahl looking for Groven at the far post. That could have been a tic-tac-toe goal, but did not have enough juice to reach Groven on the far post. Grand Forks continues to apply pressure on the forecheck. Sigdahl just looking to put that one on net from an odd angle. It gets broken up by Gracie Witzel, and she will clear that one out. Grand Forks has to regroup in their own zone. Doing so is Botnin. Botnin will move it forward, and Ava Walsh will collect that pass, and she'll dump it deep as the Knightriders go for a line change. Marteau gives chase to the far Devils Lake blue line. It's pushed forward, collected by Black. Charlie Black below her own net drops it for Marteau. Marteau now finds herself in Gretzky's office looking to make a play. She gets rubbed off the puck there by number 17, Julia McIver. Good job holding the zone. Grand Forks looking for a chance. Comes back to Elizabeth Kilgore. She'll ring it around. It's collected by McIver. A deflection puts the puck right onto the stick of Ducombe. And she's able to get this one out towards center ice for the Firebirds. Grand Forks quickly regroups, trying to re-enter the attacking zone. Yana runs into the far side linesman. She'll fall to the ice. That will result in a turnover. Coming back the other way is Charlie Black. Black trying to make it happen all by herself will result in a turnover. It's scooped up by Grand Forks' Botnin, and she'll flip it all the way down and is not an icing. Icing is called off. McIver. Backhand pass out to the red line. It's collected by Devils Lake's Miley Ducombe, and she will dump it deep, go for a line change. First one to the puck is Brooklyn Holman. Holman has it taken away. Grand Forks with a nice breakout play to the far side. Here's Nora Lord. Lord on the forehand. She's taken down by Mara Hognes, the 9th grade goalie on the program, playing defense for the Firebirds tonight. Loose puck is collected by Gracie Witzel. Witzel will shove it forward to the far corner below the goal line of the Knightriders. Battle is won by Kuznia. Kuznia to the near wing. Out of my visual line of sight. Still in the attacking end for the Firebirds. Just 7.5 remaining in period number 1. Devils Lake trailing Grand Forks by a score of 4-1. Shots on net 27-9 in favor of Grand Forks. Shot towards the net. Kilgore collects the loose puck. Correction, that's Kuznia. Pass to the far side, comes to the near side. One-touch pass to Meager. And a turnover at center ice. Grand Forks will have to regroup. With it at her own blue line is Kuznia. She'll skate past the red line, has it taken away at the Devils Lake line to gain. Teams are trading possession in the neutral zone. Finally skating forward is Reese Meager. With room to operate, has it poked away by McIver. Comes to the near side. Here's Sigdahl looking for a hat trick. Her shot. Waffle board save by Parker. Rebound goes to the far wall, collected by Groven. Groven down low to Walsh. Her spinorama shot comes back to Sigdahl. Her slap shot, top of the near circle, misses wide. Rebound goes to the far wall, and we're going to have a penalty against Grand Forks. Taking down on the far wall was Mara Hognes. Devils Lake ices the puck, but they should go on the power play here. I thought there was a penalty called. Maybe that was just the delayed icing from the far side linesman, so we will not have another look at this Devils Lake RBB Electric power play. Instead, it will be an offensive zone draw to the left of Parker for Grand Forks. Marto with it below the goal line, looking to go low to high. Goes back to the point, Botnin. Far side, Yana. Yana gets met by McIver. Devils Lake not able to get it out. Yana on the backhand in the slot, brings it back to the point. Balick over to Botnin. Botnin's wrist shot hits traffic. Yana not able to gain possession to get a shot off on the rebound opportunity. Once again, Devils Lake not able to get it out. Good job holding the zone by Kiara Botnin. Grand Forks really applying the pressure. Comes to the near side. Balick is going to one-time shot, looking to go high blocker side. Great save by Delaney Parker. That one looked like it was labeled for the top left corner off the stick of Dusty Balick. But instead, it's a blocker save. Grand Forks still applying pressure in the offensive zone. McIver has it behind her own net. Looking for some support, trying to chip it off the glass. It gets tipped by Marto. Back to McIver to the near side. Struggling with it in the near corner is Sophie Witzel, not able to get it out. Balick rings it around down low below the goal line. Marto has it, being pressed up against the end wall by McIver. Puck will poke loose to Black for a moment, but another turnover. Grand Forks continues to apply pressure. Tired legs on the ice for the Firebirds. Here's Yana. Back high, Botnin. Her shot from the point hits traffic, does not make its way on frame. Loose puck collected by Lord. Lord back to Botnin. Botnin trying to return it to Lord. It's collected in the far corner by Kuhl. Kuhl will lose possession, but Botnin once again holds the zone. Black rings it around to the near hash marks. Balick will hold it in the attacking end for the Knightriders. And finally, Julia McIver has had enough. Very tired legs will dump it all the way down. It goes on net, so icing is called off. and the Firebirds get a much-needed line change. Grand Forks regroups. They cross center ice, and it will be they did not cross center ice. It will be an icing call with 4:15 remaining in regulation. I really thought that Grand Forks had reached center ice there, but it appears they did not. So it'll be an icing call. It's a game of millimeters here inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. It'll be a defensive zone draw. It'll be taken to the right of Kylie Schmaltz. Chloe Groven collects the loose puck below her own goal line after the defensive zone faceoff is won by Grand Forks, not able to get it out. Witzel tries to get it deep. It goes over to the far hash marks where Kilgore will ring it around below the goal line to the near corner. Good breakout pass, but not able to hit its intended target, Chloe Groven. And this one is played by Parker. Parker leaves it for Suda. Suda rings it to the near side. Sigdahl, hungry for a hack trick, dumps it deep. Grand Forks forecheck still very active. Brooklyn Homan, who's had a couple of breakaway opportunities for the Firebirds tonight, did not score the lone goal for Devils Lake. That one will be given credit to Mary Weigel, the sophomore forward with an odd angle shot. We'll show you that highlight. I will load those highlights in as we speak. As Grand Forks continues to apply pressure in the offensive zone, now just over 3 minutes remaining in regulation. Uses his backhand, throws it back out towards center ice. Judd Pesha. And that's not what we wanted to do. We will return to live action here. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Grand Forks skating through the neutral zone. It could have led to an opportunity for Bry. Still in the attacking zone. Marto chasing after it below the goal line. Just loading in this final highlight, so please do stick with us. For those of you listening on KNOX and watching, we will have a post-game show available for you where we will go through a scoring summary, show you the highlights of the goals that we have, hand out some awards, and then send you on your merry way for the evening as we head into the holiday of Thanksgiving. An opportunity for Yana on the near side. Odd angle shot, misses high, gets deflected to the far side. Pushing this one, Yana all by herself right in front of the net. Her centering feed, still a scramble on top of the crease. Finally, Parker will hop on top of it for a stoppage. Under a minute, 2 minutes remaining here in regulation. Grand Forks has really started to tilt the ice in the later stages of this third period. A lot of tired legs on the ice for Devils Lake. And their only breakout play so far has been to just dump it 200 feet down the length of the ice for an icing. No real quality breakouts. Clearing attempt this time makes its way out to central ice. Reese Meager will regroup for Grand Forks. She'll dump it into the attacking end where Devils Lake will have a breakout. Here comes a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Instead, throwing this one towards the net is Clemetsrud. Clemetsrud misses wide, still whacking after it at the near post. Puck battle is won by Grand Forks' Chloe Erickson. A turnover at center ice. Re-entering the attacking zone is Paige Meager for Grand Forks. Her centering feed looking for a deflection out front from Jossie Kuhl. Goes to the far side. A shot attempt then from Chloe Erickson will miss wide. Loose puck comes to the near wall. Devils Lake gets it out to center ice. Charlie Black forces a turnover at the red line. One of the good skaters for Devils Lake out there. Just 1 minute now remaining in regulation. Here comes a chance for Grand Forks coming in all by herself on the far post. Getting taken down as Reese Meager is the 9th grader. And now we have some extra pushing and shoving going on behind the play. Still no whistles. And finally we will get a stoppage as there was some extracurricular activity taking place behind the play. Some pushing and shoving going on. Chesney Sigdahl, who scored 2 goals tonight for the Knightriders, will go to the penalty box. She'll serve 2 minutes for interference. Will these be coincidental minors? They will not be. Devils Lake will go on the RBB Electric power play for what I presume to be the final time tonight. 2 minutes go up onto the board for the minor assessed against Sigdal. Just 40 seconds remaining in regulation. Offensive zone draw won by Devils Lake. McIver looking for a deflection up front. Comes off the end wall, then whacking after that one was Madsen. And she gets pushed after the whistle. Things are getting chippy in the final minute inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. Referees are going to have to try contain maybe the handshake line after this one. Who knows? Mardo going up against Black in the face-off dot to the left of Schmaltz, the netminder for Grand Forks. Face-off is won by Devils Lake, trying to get this one back to the point. Groven unable to break that one up. McIver looking for a centering feed. Puck goes high up into the air. Botnan is able to collect it, and she clears it. That was Balick with the clear. Ava Walsh hard on the forecheck. Just 10 seconds remaining. Walsh looking for an opportunity for herself. Save is made in the far corner by Parker. Just 5 seconds remaining. That will do it. Maybe one final shot. Walsh centering feed is deflected, and that will wrap it up after 3 periods. The Knightriders with a convincing 4-1 victory over Devils Lake here in Grand Forks to start the hockey season of 2025-26 here in the state of North Dakota for the girls. The Knightriders started off with a victory by a final of 4-1. Don't go anywhere. We're going to come back and bring you through a condensed version of our post-game show where we will bring you through a scoring summary, show you the highlights of all the goals as well as the top save of the night, and then hand out some additional awards. So don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll bring you through our post-game report. This has been Knightrider Hockey on KNOX and KNOX Live Sports.
Need more efficiency in your harvest? Amity Technology.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto in Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your...
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Barton Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Grand Forks Knightriders defeating the Devils Lake Firebirds by a score of 4-1. We are now in the post-game show. This post-game show is brought to you by Spray Advantage, everything you need for the chemical and spraying application on your farm, and the Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins. The winter weather arrived today. That means ski season is here, so whether you do cross-country skiing or downhill skiing, get in contact with the Ski and Bike Shop to plan your next adventure. We're going to make our way through this condensed version of the post-game show. We're going to go through our scoring summary and show you highlights as we go through it. The first goal scored by Chesney Sigdahl, this coming at the 6:33 mark of period number 1, forcing a turnover at the Devils Lake blue line. Then she charges forward towards that near goal post, then goes to the far goal post and deposits it into the back of the net to give the Knightriders a 1-0 lead. Then we advance to period number 2. This goal scored by Chloe Groven. She's all alone on top in front of the net. The assist coming from Ava Walsh and Kendra Kuznia. We will now show you goal could have been an opportunity for the Firebirds from Chesney Sigdahl, cleared out to center ice, and here comes Sigdahl. Sigdahl all by herself on the backhand. She scores. Sigdahl is also going to serve with her second of the game. Makes Grand Forks Holloway Junkin demo. Play of the game. We'll show it to you one more time. That could have been an opportunity for the Firebirds. Once again, this is our play of the game. Out to center ice, and here by Holloway Junkin demo, the lead provider of Junkin Rural Services in the greater Grand Forks area. Sigdahl takes advantage, with her second. And Grand Forks takes a 4-goal lead in period number 3, thanks to Elena Marto, doing so at even strength, unassisted at the 4:31 mark of the third. That gives the Riders their 4th and final goal of the game. 10 minutes remaining in regulation. Looks like the Knightriders, led by head coach Kelly Kilgore, are well on their way to their first victory of the season over a team that did not. Oh, and a goal from behind the. Going to be our scoring summary and our highlights. That breakaway goal scored by Sigdahl is our Holloway Junkin demo play of the game. That scoring summary brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They light the lamp, and indeed, it does shine brighter. Bergstrom Electric, the sponsor of our scoring summary here on KNOX Live Sports. A couple of more highlights to give away. This next one is another video highlight that we have, and it's going to be our cover of the game. Zone, looking for a centering really feed, the only time that the Grand Forks netminder right on top of the crease. Here comes Devils Lake, breakaway opportunity for Holman. Holman all by herself. Save is made. Holman save is made by Kylie side, and Schmaltz is able to stand tall. So that will serve as our finest auto trim, big or small. They will cover it all. Cover of the game for the best save during the course of this broadcast. That will be given credit to the netminder for Grand Forks' Kylie Schmaltz. That leaves us with one final award to give out, and that's going to be our PS Garage Doors Player of the Game. The PS stands for Pride and Service. This time of year, it can stand for Peaceful Season. So our PS Garage Doors Player of the Game is going to go to the player who scored 2 goals tonight for the Knightriders. That's going to be Chesney Sigdahl, doing so with her feet, putting on a showcase with her skating ability, and then proving her ability to finish at the net on the backhand. Both of her goals were her making her way in on the netminder for Devils Lake. Delaney Parker moving from her forehand to her backhand. She scored 2 tonight, and that's going to be the reason she's selected as our PS Garage Doors Player of the Game. My name has been Sam Jensen. I did play-by-play this evening. Alongside me is Cooper Friggy. He provided video coverage. And back at the studio is Dean Braceth. From all of you, we would like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. We will be back Friday and Saturday this week for some Gambucci Cup action. That coverage will be available to you on KNOX Live Sports. Until next time,